Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus, and I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering interesting in Seattle. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So, Seattle had choices. Geno Smith wanted to raise. DK Metcalf wanted to raise. The Seahawks went younger. When you think about them signing Sam Darnold, he's 7 years younger than Geno Smith. They went older with signing Cooper Kupp. And you look at this, they shipped out DK Metcalf and got draft capital for him. DK wanted $30 million per year. The Seahawks were like, we're not paying you that. You're not that. With Jackson Smith taking over the number one position, respectfully, as the number one receiver on the team. No disrespect to DK or Lockett or anybody, but Jackson Smith was the number one receiver last year. He took over the spot from DK, and it was clear who's the better receiver. Again, no disrespect to DK. And you have to look at Geno Smith and what is maximum production of what he gave you. You know what Geno is. You've had him for a couple of years. You had him in-house. You know what he is as a quarterback. You know his limitations. You know his strengths, his weaknesses, everything. You shipped him off to the Raiders, okay? You paid Sam Darnold less. You gave Cooper Kupp $10, $15 million. And now you have to look at this. You still have to pay your defense on the back end. The defensive payment is going to pay for players that are going to be there, that are going to help move you forward for the next generation. When I look at the Rams, they got better with getting Devontae Adams, but they still have potential holes on that offense, even though they have Puka Nacua, and they still have Matthew Stafford. So there's still holes on the offensive line. There's still holes defensively that they have to fill. The 49ers, the big bad bullies that have been the NFC West champs for the longest time, they didn't make it last year, and the Rams were able to get to the playoffs because of injury, because of a number of different things. And this offseason, they've imploded their team. So all the depth that we used to praise them for, they don't have any depth right now. They have a whole bunch of draft picks, a whole bunch of unsigned free agents, and they got teams picking them apart for their parts. The Arizona Cardinals are getting better. Let's just face it. They're signing people in the offseason that make sense to moves. Their draft position is very good, and they have some type of stability moving forward with the coaching staff. Kyler Murray feels comfortable with them, and they're moving forward. That leaves Seattle. I believe Seattle has the best chance to take over in this division. You look at them last year being 10-7. You figure one or two games could go possibly back and forth between them and the Rams, and I don't think it's going to be too old to anybody next season. And I think that the defense has still yet to make their mark this offseason for the Seahawks. I think that could come during the draft. There's a couple of potential players that can make noise, not even in the first round, that are defensive studs that the Seahawks could get their hands on. I feel like from everything that they've shown us, they want to get younger in certain positions. They want to preserve their draft capital to make sure that they have the opportunity to attack different pieces. But at the same time, they're saving a lot of money, not paying DK Metcalf $30 million, not paying Geno Smith $40 million a year. And they've gotten financially more fiscal to where they can afford to sign guys on that defensive squad that are standout guys. I think that I like the playbook of it. I like the way that they're maneuvering it. And I think with this second time around, they have a better understanding of where they are and where they're at and what they need to attack. The Rams are going to be their biggest foe in this division. I think even with you having Brock Purdy with the 49ers, there's no telling what Christian McCaffrey comes back as. There's no telling what George Kittle is going to look like. There's no telling what the offense is going to look like for the 49ers or who's going to be the number one guy. You don't know if Ayuk's going to be back healthy. So you have to ask yourself, if you're Seattle, you're sitting pretty good right now. But the question is, moving forward, does Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith, and also Cooper Kupp carry this team offensively to where they need to be until the defense catches up? That's going to be the big question. They have to fix that offensive line a little bit because it was shaky last year. You saw Geno take a couple of hits. Even though the offensive line has improved over the years, they need to still make improvements now because Sam Darnold is less mobile, I believe, than Geno Smith. Even though Geno Smith's older, Sam Darnold has legs, but it's not like you're thinking he's Michael Vick. So I like where they are right now. Again, I didn't really like the Sam Darnold signing without an offensive line, without more weapons, but I mean, foreseeable for what it is. You picked up Cooper Kupp. That helps soften the blow a little bit. That makes me think, okay, they have another guy to throw it to other than Jackson Smith. They can spread the offense out a little bit. They can still run the ball a little bit. So, for that being said, I think the Seattle Seahawks can make a case for them being the NFC West champs. They have a chance to do that if they can stay healthy. So that's going to be big for them moving forward. I know the coaching staff is going to look into the draft and find a couple of different playmakers. Seattle always does it. They scout well in Seattle. That's just one of those things where Seattle just does it well year in, year out. You see perennial guys, you see all-pro guys, you see all-star-like guys. So they're good at watching talent and identifying it and training the talent. So, I mean, I'm excited. I think it's going to be an excellent division, one of the best bounce-back divisions because all the teams have a lot of injuries and are down. But I think that Seattle has a formula for something. So, what do you Seattle Seahawks fan think? What do all you NFC West fans think? Do you feel like Seattle's the team? Do you feel like it's the Rams? Do you feel like it's the Cards? Or do you feel like the 49ers are still come back and take the division over? So, all you sports fans, get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus, and we'll see you in the very next episode.